Peter McVilly walks to the middle of the ground. He's still making some changes as he walks there, pushing blokes to other parts of the half-forward flank and the forward pocket. And
just name coming. I just saw Glenn Frost out of the corner of my eyes there. Last week he was dominant. He was always where the footy was. Today I don't know whether he's even had a touch in the first quarter. And the Lions have got to get those blokes firing up if they're going to win this game today.
And he's going to start in the ruck for the Lions up against Justin Tate.
Got a quarter time AFL.
Yep.
Essendon 4-10, Richmond 3 behind.
Ooh.
Just as well Peter's not here.
We've also got some quarter time scores from other GDFL games this afternoon, Eric.
Yes, quickly, Anarchy 2-1, Trail West Cricket 4-2, Thompson 8-3, Belpostal 3 behind, and Bannockburn 7-6 lead, East Geelong 3-1.
Still waiting for a score from Werribee and North Geelong, but Geelong West at 4-2, Anarchy 2-1. Interesting. And that fitness training during the week must have done Thompson the world of good. They're 8 goals up at quarter time. Start of the second term here at Shell Reserve at 6-5-41 to 3-1-19. Umpire Keating with the football in hand. Tate and Frost. It'll favour Tate. Gets it down only as far as Franey. Can get a handball away, but he elects to go with a kick towards half-back. Bigham takes the mark, plays on. Touched off the boot. Now it's down the field. It's against the Belmont Lions, and it will be a free kick to Corio on centre wing. And it will be, I think, Lee Clifford with the footy when he gets it. It is.
Ooh,
and he plays on. There's nobody on the mark, so he gains 10 metres. Then he kicks it towards full forward. Camerata can't take it. Palmer backs himself. Does well. Runs away from O'Toole. Gets a left foot kick, but puts Frost under pressure. It's over the back. No mark taken there by Davey Bigham. Cornwall out the back to Lazarick. Handball over the top to Tate. He's got it. Then he reels around on that left boot on centre wing. Does well. Goes long towards centre half forward. Rivet. The big man goes up. Strong hands. Chad Rivet. And he's taken the mark at half forward.
I think that's going to be a concern.
He goes with the right boot. Great kick to Camerado. Can't take the mark. Bolchevic roves where he has to be. Front and centre. Does he finish it? Pretty close, no. One behind to John Bolchevic. 1 goal, 1. His personal tally. The Devils go to 6-6-42. And they lead the Belmont Lions 3-1-19 on the Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard. Been playing a minute and a half.
The signs were a bit dangerous though, Laurie, for Belmont Lions. The Corio just
well, what do you do?
Control.
I mean, you can't wait too long, Eric. You've got to put someone with a bit of height, I think, to push the ball away a bit.
Well, the ball kicked in. It's ended up in the arms of Rivet once again. Went for a little chip pass. Unfortunately, it was intercepted there. Frost runs at the footy, but he's beaten to it by Bigham. He comes back hard. Bigham again picks up, kicks off the ground. Rivet with one hand almost takes it. Comes to his opponent in Horriban, who gets a kick and has found Farnham at centre wing. He chips it to centre half forward, and Frost has taken a mark for the Belmont Lions. So Frost now, and up and under. He's put his forwards under enormous pressure, but Allen in the middle of the pack judged it better than anybody, and one grab mark, very, very clean, and has the opportunity of scoring here for the Belmont Lions. He's 45 metres out, gets under it, and starting to drift back. It's going to land in the goal square, but that was Robbie Walton, more than happy to concede the behind. So offhands, that is the result. Behind the Belmont Lions on the Raiders Bingo scoreboard, Belmont Lions 3-2-20. They trail Corio 6-6-42.
Bigham plays on from full back and goes towards half back, looking for Tate. Should be a free kick over the shoulder. Which way is he going to go? He goes to the Belmont Lions in first. So it must have been a free kick in front, and Brad Davis just giving it back. Looks like it might be Newham. It is. He goes over the top, short little kick to Frost. Well, he gets a push in the back anyway. And a quarter time score from Werribee 4-2, North Geelong 4-4. So a close one, the Magpies. Up by 2 points at quarter time. Frost just sets it up again. Big Allen comes up, goes up, can't take them. In fact, it was Graham. Off hands to back towards Corlett, can't take it with him. Now aim on Charles off the ground, goes towards Moore. He shuffles it out somehow to Corlett again. Davis is there as well. Can he get around Cockrell? Yes, he can. He's on the boundary line there. Cockrell shuffles him out.
Great tackle.
Yeah, and it's out of bounds for a throw in the left forward pocket for the Lions.
Must be running on ball, Davis. Is he? Laurie seems to be...
yeah, I think he might be, Eric, by this point of time.
Probably a good move. Ball thrown in. Ball not clearly knocked away by either ruckman. Graham probably got slightly the better of it. Pushed it about another 10 metres towards the behind post. And it's over the boundary line once again. This time only 5 metres from that behind post on the western side here at Shell Reserve. In comes the footy. Graham, great, magnificent tap, in fact, into the arms there of Corlett. He's tried to hook it back, but unfortunately didn't get it anywhere near far enough, and the ball has drifted over the boundary line behind near the behind post on the other side of the ground, in fact. So Matty King with the footy to the ensuing free kick. King now looking for some options. Drives it long out of the defensive area. I don't know about the option because that Mills taking the mark clearly over the pack. He sees a player in the full forward position, and it's his teammate in Allen, and puts the two big arms up. I'll tell you what, he's not a bad mark, this young fella. And from 30 metres out directly in front, again the opportunity to score for the Belmont Lions. So
he's a better mark than a kick.
Yes,
he should be able to kick this, though, I think.
You'd think so from there. Well,
gee whiz,
I think he's done worse, Laurie, to be quite candid.
Laurie, you should know better.
So he does score a behind, which is unfortunate for the Lions because they're the sort of scores.
There will be players paying you shortly, Laurie, to be quiet when they kick.
Eric. Look, I see Jamie Walton did it before. Beautiful bit of play, but couldn't kick. You know, it's a shame. Great mark, can't kick.
So on the Raiders bingo scoreboard, 6-6-42 Corio, 3-3-21 Belmont Lions.
From fullback, Charles got it wide to Keating. Now he goes long towards Walton at centre half forward, takes the mark and played on. And well, he's either out of bounds or dropping the ball, but it goes to McVilly. Little right foot kick around the corner towards Davis. Goes right, left, and gets held. Now he was going to play over the ball too. Franey off the ground, goes towards half forward, but standing his ground, taking the mark. Bigham handballs to King, goes right then left, comes back into board looking for Cornwall, takes the mark uncontested, plays on now, right foot over the top towards Clifford at half forward. He takes the mark in front of Frost at half forward. Lead on from Camerotto, goes in that direction. Tate's there as well, and O'Toole. They all go up, nobody's down. Mills at the front, also there Cornwall. They fight hard for it. Pack develops around Lee Clifford again, now play on the call. Graham tries to break free, goes towards Doubledham. Well bottled up by Cornwall though, and Rivet still in there at the top. Farnham now, Doubledham, handball over the top to Davis. He's got handball to Farnham running past. Oh, he's caught though by Bigham, but he got the ball away. Handball was good. They didn't panic. And they got it to Davis again, who kept running. He's taken two bounces, can handball over the top. He tries to break a tackle, he does. 3 bounces, 4 bounces, he keeps going. 5 bounces, he's got to kick a goal now. He runs in and he misses. And has put it through for one behind.
I think he was tired. He had 10 bounces.
And they go to 3-4-22, the Belmont Lions. Corio 6-6-42.
He had to get the goal.
He had to get the goal. But taking that aside, at least the Belmont's line was a good passage of play. They're at least prepared to run the ball, and that's what they haven't been doing most of the day.
They've done well in the last 5 minutes so far in this quarter. So the ball from the kick in has come to half-back flank. Now it stacks on the mill, and the umpire will come in and put it in the air. Player emerging with the footy is Allen, the bottom of the pack. Hands it back to umpire Keating, and the ball will be underway between centre wing and half forward flank for the Belmont Lions. Tate gets the tap back, tries to fight Bingham. Keating running onto the footy. It taps it forward, but only as far as the boundary line. So it's 7.5 minutes gone in the second quarter. Corio 6-6-42 lead. The Belmont Lions 3-4-22. Boundary umpire with the footy. Tate, well, fresh air shot, missed it completely, trying to get through. It comes to Matty Cullen. Cullen to, well, Laurie, did you get it?
No, but I reckon a cameraman might have. I think it's gone straight into his little box, so straight past it.
A magnificent defensive effort by the Lions, and Laurie led for the handball, but couldn't quite get in the fingers.
Is that cameraman right? That's all I'm worried about.
I think he's okay. Not the camera, Nashi, if you're okay.
So, boundary umpire in front of our broadcast position here on centre wing. Puts the ball back into play. Frost gets it forward. Cullen. Well, a good call there from Bigham. And, well, some lovely little fancy stuff from Corio. It ends up in the arms of Charles. The lead is from full forward. Roving there is... it was Lee Clifford, but he went without it. Comes back towards the centre. Matty Cullen goes for it one-handed. Doubledham comes in pretty hard. Puts the tackle on, and what's the umpire going to do? He's going to throw it in the air. So in the centre of the ground, in the turf wicket area, umpire Nolan now with the footy. Coming in to do the ruck work is, looks like Lee Clifford in there for Corio. And Frost for Belmont Lions. Clifford gets a tap forward, and as far as Davis, but McBilly gets there first. Handball over the top to Farnham. Farnham now. Well, a great tackle again. The tackling there has been excellent on that side. It was Charles that occasion. Strong tackle. and has been rewarded with the free kick on centre wing.
Charles now goes inboard looking for Keating, finds him, takes the mark. Oh, he's going to get caught, but he gets his kick away. Good kick too to Tate, he did well. And Tate's taken the mark at half forward. Justin Tate, the lead on Barry O'Toole. He wants to go to an open goal square. Great kick to Davey Bigham. Takes the mark. That was great kick.
Great kick. Called it well, Joe.
Running from
yeah, and just left the space behind the lead of Barry O'Toole, and Davey Bigham ran into it. And he will have a shot for goal from nearly the car park. He goes short. Oh, very lucky the umpires called it back because
shocking
I don't know whether Lee Clifford was going to get that ball, but anyway, it comes back to Davey.
He's got to commit now, I think.
He's looking sideways, but now he's going to commit and have a shot for goal. He's only 5 metres out when he runs towards Scott Mills. He comes in and he kicks the goal. Never in any doubt, Davey Bigham. And he has kicked his first, and the first for the quarter for Corio. They go to 7-6-48, and they lead the Belmont Lions 3-4-22, and that is on the Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard. We've been playing 10 minutes.
Well, that was well executed at the finish, Laurie. He was forced into having a shot and did it very well.
Yeah, he did. I bet he's kicked quite a few of them at training from there. He thought, what am I thinking about here?
Yes, you'd sort of forwards love kicking goals. Perhaps he's more the centre line player and doesn't get too many opportunities.
But Jason called it there nicely though. That was a beautiful kick from Tatey there. I mean, just have to move a little bit to it and run onto it, and that makes a difference. You get the good kicks in.
Well, from the throw up in the middle, it comes down with Belmont Lions, falls into the arms of Franey, long kick to the lead at full forward. Big fellas are up, comes down, Cockerell gets the crumbs. Kick smothered, but he follows up, kicks off the ground. Leading in the race for the ball is Allen. He's heading toward the boundary line, picks it up on the left foot. He's gone back into the area.
Double down, shut the gate. He's home.
Picked it up and gone bang, and has kicked his first goal for the day, Rod Doubledham. So, fourth goal for the Belmont Lions, and the Raiders Bingo scoreboard 4-4-28 the Belmont Lions. They trail Corio 7-6-48.
We get you a ball-by-ball commentary, Laurie. You did that beautifully. Shut the gate. That was it.
Well, actually, Rod Doubledham's done a few good things this quarter. I thought he had a very, very quiet first quarter, and if the guy that had been sitting in his chair today, Peter Walker, he'd be big rap. He likes Rod.
Back in the middle now, Frost up against Tate. They go up. Tate gets it down to Clifford running through the middle. Oh, does well. Davis tackles him. Kick off the ground. Well, McVilly tried to kick it off the ground, but only as far as Keating. Goes to the right foot towards half forward. Coming out, Palmer backs himself, doesn't take it with him. O'Toole booked her as well. The chook comes out. Palmer as well. They got the numbers. Mills is there as well. Goes to the right foot, kick back to whence it came at centre wing. Clifford. No, great mark. Doubled him. The man, Laurie's man at the moment, Peter Walker's man, Rod Doubledham on centre wing, has taken the mark, plays on quickly, gives it to McVilly, usually uses the ball pretty well, goes to the right boot towards Carr, coming out, Rutherford can't take it, and then off the back of the pack, handball somehow, got it away, off one step, Moore goes towards full forward, Newham, Lazarick, and Lazarick too tall, too strong, takes the mark, plays on quickly, gives it away to Cockerell, was going to go left, then switches play, has to be a good kick it was to King just.
Ooh, just.
He had Allen bearing down on him. He goes with a shocking looking kick, but it might sit for Matty Cullen. It does. Handball inboard looking for Walton. He runs away, goes with a right foot kick towards half forward. Bolchevic can't take the mark. Off hands Frost. Handball back, or Bolchevic might be in here. Paul handball. Frost will have to go back and work hard. Moore's there also, and Davey Bigham tries to shuffle it out to Tate. Moore's over the top. Now umpire will come in and bounce the footy. So a ball up in between wing and half forward for Corio.
I see Bolchevic shaking his head. I think it was an opportunity missed there. Sorry, no, it was Davey Bigham actually. If he could have picked it up, he was away.
Rivet from the ruck contest goes towards Cornwall, tried to break free from McVilly. High tackle, said the umpire.
Peter knows.
He does too. And he holds Cornwall up in between wing and half forward. Goes to the right boot, wide, looking for Lee Clifford, and will be able to take the mark. Bookter tries to hold him up. He does so now. In between the right half forward flank and the right forward pocket. Goes to the right foot kick towards full forward. O'Toole over the back. Palmer backed himself and pushed it out of bounds in front. He's been playing him in front for most of the half too. But Barry O'Toole has kicked 2 goals, 1. And they lead at the moment 7-6-48 the Devils. The Lions 4-4-28. We've been playing 14 minutes in the second term.
Mark Palmer did well, and he really had to get figured tips on that, otherwise Barry O'Toole would have bolstered into an open goal.
Ball comes in, Rivet, missed it, comes to Camerotto, can't get clear of the pack, Coming in there was Nevada Cornwall, picked it up off one step. He's had a pot shot. It's marked right on the goal line by the Belmont Lions defence. It's Mills, is it? So Mills has saved the day. Where's he going to go? He go to the change room side. Well, he's very undecided. Now he goes. Long kick out of the goal square. Half-back flank for the Belmont Lions. Comes to ground off hands. Good little handball, but good tackling by Belmont Lions on this occasion. Moore picks it up. He goes wide to centre wing. Sees a player loose out there. Mark not taken. Ball comes to ground. Charles does well to get hold of it. Frost, he intercepts it, picks it up. Belmont Lions, they in, but it finally, well, Lee Clifford just playing loose across the centre line there. Long kick towards half forward. Tate up very high. If he put two hands up, he might have taken the mark there. Comes to ground. Keating can't pick the footy up. Tries to get around. Farnham comes in for Belmont Lions. Bottles it up. Finally, it's Nevada Cornwall. Well, I thought he might have been legged then, right in front of the Corio crowd. Finally, Charles somehow came out of the pack with the footy, but intercepting on half-back is Peter McBilly for the Belmont Lions. So another foray forward. Thwarted there by McBilly. Long kick to centre wing. It's set up for the Corio side, but a lovely tap forward by the Belmont Lions. Clifford showing a good turn of pace. Picks it up there. Chips to centre. Matty Cullen sitting in the centre circle. Umpire saw the attempted handball, so called him to play on. And it's marked on centre wing by Frost of Belmont Lions. 15.5 minutes second quarter. 4 for the Lions. They trail Corio 7-6.
From behind Newham, had to punch it only as far as King. Gets it short. And taking the mark as Valleys. Goes laterally towards Clifford, takes the mark and plays on now. Draws a player, little right foot kick towards Davey Bigham, has to sit and wait. Handballs it back in Cockerell. Cockerell now on the right boot, kick smothered by Hepworth, goes close to the boundary line. And I think he'll be happy to see it over, but he didn't, and Cockerell's got it. Handballs it back to Bigham. Oh, kick from mid-air. I thought the FA Cup final was on tonight, but great kick out of mid-air by Bigham. Goes forward. Palmer again through the middle, backs himself. Sees it over the boundary line. And we will have a throw in.
But it was almost off the shin bone there, but boundary umpire Johnny on the spot.
So it'll be a boundary throw in. Camerotto and Buchter doing the ruck contest. Towards McVilly, who runs through the middle and breaks free from Tate, gets a right foot kick towards the centre wing position. Allen, Cockerell at the back, Corlett runs into him, could handball or tap it onto Frost. Oh, it does well, and breaks free, goes to the right boot, great kick over the top to Graham, can run on, but there was no talk, and Graham stands now, got doubled him over the top, and 50, said the umpire. So Matt Graham, who has kicked one goal this afternoon, will have a shot for goal from, I would think, pretty close to the goal line.
Well, Matty Graham was going to switch it over to Rod Double Dam then. That's the type of play they were doing last week, Eric, but they're not doing it this week.
No,
they're not.
Right.
They're blazing away too much. They're trying to get it going because you've got to give credit to the opposition, of course. Here comes young boy on for his first run. Cook.
So Graham has put the goal through, his second, and that is the fifth for the Belmont Lions. They go to 5-4-34. They trail Corio 7-6-48. Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard. 17.5 minutes on. We see David Bigham going back to replace brother Rick at halfback, and Daniel Cook is on the ground on centre wing.
Laurie, they're just slowly working themselves back into the game, Belmont Lions, aren't they? They were well down at quarter time, and they've kicked 3 goals to 1.
Well, they're starting to try and get a little bit of pattern in their play, Eric, and which they weren't earlier. And if they can keep working away with it and you know, feel their targets, they can reduce the score.
Well, from the throw up in the middle, it was nullified by the 2 ruckmen, and finally Davis is tagged with the footy, so umpire Nolan will do it all again. Adjacent to the centre circle, up it goes. Ball tapped forward to Corwell, finally gets a handball to Lee Clifford, been prominent in this quarter, kicks it into the forward line. Good defensive work there by Buchter, has to follow it up himself. Picked up well by the young man in young Cook, Daniel Cook, but he's tagged as he picked it up and taken over the boundary line. So it's a throw in between centre wing and half forward flank for the Corio side, kicking to the southern end this quarter. Tate, lovely tap over the back into the arms there again of Clifford. Clifford high in the air. Ball comes into the arms there of Valleys. Little handball across to Bolchevic. Bolchevic drives it back to the head of the goal square. That's where it's got to be. It's unfortunately Rivet 1 out against 2 there, and Franey gets the ball for the Belmont Lions. Had no one to kick it to, and has sought the safety of the boundary line on half-back flank. for the Belmont Lions. Belmont Lions 5-4-34. They trail Corio 7-6-48. 19 minutes, second quarter.
Boundary throw in. Tate takes the ruck contest by himself, gets it down to Cornwall, back towards the 10 metre square, over the top, coming through Bolchevic. Charles is there as well. Blind turns into a tackle. Mills gets it away to Horriban. Horriban right foot kick into the middle of the ground. It's okay. They play through. They go to Allen, who runs off, goes 2 bounces, draws King, handball to absolutely nobody at centre half forward. Walton coming through looking for Frost. And also there over the back, Rutherford. Lazarick runs through, blind turn, handball to nobody, but there's Clifford again. He's got it on a string at half back. Handball draws a player, finds Barry O'Toole, got Cook further afield, kicks it to him as well, and he can run, the young man. He goes, he draws a man, goes to the right boot, over the top. McVilly had his name written on it, no mark taken. Off the back of the pack, looking for the boundary line. Cook's there again though, and the young man can't pick it up. Booked her against him, off the ground. He follows it up though, and he sees it over the boundary line for a throw-in. And it will be between wing and half forward for Corio. Allen, Tate coming across. Allen stands in front. Tate from behind, gets it on Valleys, gets it on towards Moore. And then towards the side of the pack, in there Valleys again, threw it out in the end. Umpire said no play on, it's close to the boundary line. It is out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in.
That's the best throw you'd ever see.
Oh, you would say that again,
on the blind side of the umpire. So ball out of bounds between wing and half forward for the Corio side. Boundary umpire about to bring it back into play. Tate again, beautiful tap straight in the arms of Cullen on his left foot. I thought he might have had a shot for goal, but he saw his teammate at the top of the goal square. Beautiful pass, and Nevada Cornwall is the recipient. Already kicked one. He's only 20 metres out, near enough to directly in front. And at 21 minutes into the second quarter, the opportunity of kicking his second. Moves in on the right foot. Good looking kick, although the goal umpire's moved a fair way across. What's he going to tell us? He's put the 2 fingers up, so second goal to Nevada Cornwall, and perhaps a handy goal for Corio late in the second quarter. On the Raiders bingo scoreboard, 8-6-54 is Corio. They lead the Belmont Lions 5-4-34, and as I said, 21 and a half minutes now into the second quarter.
Well, I've got to say one thing, Eric. I'm glad I'm not coaching anymore, because if Michael Allen was playing in my team, I would have had something to say with that. I mean, there was a beautiful build-up of play. Yeah. He got the no man's land, didn't know what to do with the ball.
No, he had no idea, did he? And basically handballed it.
I'm afraid he'd be sitting right here now, and I'd be telling him all about it.
Back in the middle. See if he can make amends now. Allen up against Tate. They go up. He does. He gets a big fist away, but it's a Shepherd, and it's against
Coach.
Barry O'Toole, is it? It is. Dave Franey's got it. Handballs it off. Mills running past. Goes to the right boot towards Frost. Goes up. Can't take the mark. Keating's there at the bottom of the pack for Corio, and King. He runs away. Backs himself. Handball over the top's okay to Clifford. Must have it as easily. Clifford, nobody's going near him. Kick partly smothered by Franey. Runs back in. Clifford again. And loses the footy. Needs some support. Charles gets ripped off the football. They've got the numbers. The Lions. McVilly now on the left. Wobbly punt kick towards half forward. Lazarick attacked it, couldn't take it with him. Punched on. Cockrell does well to stand his ground. Graham was going to handball, then he elects to go with a kick across his shoulder towards Newham, who's got his hand on it. Was he pushed out? No. Umpire said the mark was taken by Rutherford. And he can clear towards the commentary box side. Gives it to Davey Bingham. Short little kick to Dave Vallis is okay. He takes the mark. Tate gives him a lead. He goes in that direction now. Might fall short. Cook goes up against Moore, and Moore takes the mark. So Moore now goes back inboard at half forward, and it's okay. Taking the mark. Graham handballs it off to Brad Davis. Has to sit and wait. Can he get around Clifford? Yes, he can. Goes on the left now on the right foot. Oh, great kick into the pocket, and finds Glenn Frost. So he did well there to measure the pass, and Glenn Frost has taken it. Will be kicking from 25 metres out. On a 45, well, nearly, no, it's about a 60-degree angle, isn't it, Laurie?
Yes.
We'll see how he goes.
Be difficult.
Been playing 23 and a half minutes in the second term, so it'll be a crucial goal. They're 20 points behind at the moment, the Belmont Lions. He comes in, and it looks pretty for the boot, and it's through for a goal to Glenn Frost. So his first, and that is the 6th for the Belmont Lions. They go to 6-4-40, And Corio 8-6-54. That's on the Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard.
And that's a handy goal at this point in the quarter, Laurie, because Corio had sort of stemmed the tide a little with the goal a few moments ago.
That's right, Eric.
But the Belmont Lions, it's probably their quarter.
Yeah, it's very important, that goal, and it was a good transfer of play, actually, to get to that goal, and they seem to be thinking about what they're trying to do. It's whether they can do it all the time. As I said, the opposition's pretty good today.
Another restructure there from...
Matty Callum's got a new opponent, I think.
Yeah, so a bit of a restructure for Corio. The young man Cook is off the ground, Ricky Bingham back on, and from the throw up in the middle of the ground came to Barry O'Toole. He's looking for Davey Bingham on centre wing. Unfortunately can't control it, and it floats over the boundary line for a throw in. Just forward of centre wing for the Belmont Lions, just to the north side of centre. Almost 25 minutes, about to tick into time on in this second quarter. Tate clearly gets the tap down to Cornwall. Cornwall around the corner. Nice little tap forward by Bolshevik, coming through strongly as Clifford. Can he pick it up? He does. Gets the foot to the footy. He's had a great quarter, Lee Clifford. Well, Camerotto, he's done well to get his opponent out of the way there, and unfortunately deemed by the umpire to have thrown the footy to Rivet. He's not very impressed, nor is the Corio crowd. And Buchter has the free kick at fullback for the Belmont Lions. Where's he going to go? Well, he's put enormous pressure on Frost there. Barry O'Toole used the body. The ball comes to the ground of Valleys. Valleys turns. He's got an open goal, except that Peter McBilly is drifting back into the goal square and takes the saving mark. Goes wide to the change room side. Has Farnham out there and takes the mark. Handball over the top to the running Mills. Mills now, oh, great chase. It's got to be ball. Calvin Cooting. And, well, a bit of pace there, and gets the ensuing free kick. Well called, Laurie. Loose on half forward there as Paul Camerotto takes the mark. Oh, he's got Matty Cullen loose at centre half forward again, and I don't know why he doesn't have a shot. I reckon he can kick the footy, this bloke. He's just outside 50, but I don't know. All left footers look well, Laurie. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think he'll be looking for Barry O'Toole here somewhere.
Well, Rivet there sitting.
Oh, there's Barry. Handball. Not
so
bad.
Barry's gone for the big booming torpedo from outside 50. Unfortunately, it's offline. Behind to the Corio side on the Raiders Bingo scoreboard now. 8-7-55 Corio. They lead the Belmont Lions 6-4-40, and it's 26.5 minutes now in the second quarter.
McVilly kicks in from fullback, goes to the outer side. Looking for Horriban, off hands to Ben Newham. He's got a paddock in front of him, but Kelvin Keating's bearing down. Can he do it a second time? No, he can't. Poor kick off the boot. Oh, Graham did well to work to the front. King was there. They got the numbers. It's with Moore again. Oh, handballs over the top towards Frost. Bigham comes out. He has to go on the right boot off one step. Goes towards full forward. Just 2-on-2 over the back. Who's foot race between Lazarick and also getting in there? Oh, Farnham did well and kicked the goal. Showed a turn of speed as well. Kicks his first. And that is the 7th for the Belmont Lions. It goes to 7-4-46. Corio 8-7-55, and that is on the Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard. 27 minutes play.
Opportunist goal, I think you call it, don't you?
Well, I tell you what, he showed a bit of pace, didn't he?
Bit of pace, swooped on it, made a good job of it.
And I guess that's where the smaller players have got to be. Like Carr's a big fella, contesting the mark. You've got to be at the drop of the ball.
Yeah. Look, I just feel though, Eric, the Lions are just starting to run the ball a little bit. They look a little bit more. Their body language is a lot better than it was a quarter ago.
It's back to 9 points, Laurie. It's a ball game there.
Yeah, exactly.
So 27.5 minutes gone. Second quarter, umpire with the footy in the middle. The big fellas come out of the game. Tate and Allen, neither get a clear tap away. Picking it up for Corio. Handball across, comes to Bigham. Bigham off one step, goes half forward. Mark not taken there by Bolshevik. Follows up 2-on-1, but the 2 is enough to take the footy over the boundary line. Between centre wing and half forward flank, western side here at the Shell Reserve. Boundary umpire about to put it back into play. Big pack of players around the footy, half forward flank for Corio. Tate just edged his opponent forward, gets the tap down, picked up there by Hepworth for the Belmont Lions, but Nevada Corwell chipping in, got the footy, little chip pass over the top to Camerotto, and he has taken the mark. 35 metres out, 45-degree angle, kicking to the southern end here at Shell Reserve. Well, Laurie, we're going to be right behind this kick. We'll examine the Camerotto kicking style.
Well, Paul either's a beautiful kick or he can mess them up a bit.
In he comes.
He's got it.
It's a good looking kick off the boot, right through the centre. His first goal for the day, and just perhaps the steadier that the Corio side needed at 29 minutes into the second quarter. Raiders bingo scoreboard, Corio now 9-7-61. Lead the Belmont Lions 7-4-46. As I said, 29 minutes now gone in the second quarter.
Well, Camerotto, he used his body well there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Against Bookter. Couldn't get around him, the chook. Camerotto puts his first on the board, and as Eric said, possibly a steady, a 15 points the difference. Pretty close to siren time for half time. Back in the middle, Allen up against Rivet on this occasion. Rivet gets it down, McVilly through the middle, leaves it there. Allen again, and a free kick. And Barry O'Toole not happy. Neither's Peter McVilly, I would have thought.
I think Peter McVilly might be the one that's not happy.
And 50.
I'll tell you what, he nearly...
I was going to say, he'd be in goal kicking distance, wouldn't he? Peter McVilly and Barry O'Toole off the ground for giving away the 50-metre penalty. So he comes to the boundary, and Peter McVilly will take it up towards centre half forward. We see Shea Walker coming on to replace Barry.
I don't know if he's got much cause to go crook, Barry. I think it was pretty blatant. And I've been watching the two of them for a little while, actually, and since he's gone onto the ball, he's worked pretty hard, Barry O'Toole.
McVilly puts it up in towards the goal square, but taking the mark, Chad Rivet plays on quickly, goes wide looking for Ricky Bigham. Moore sets him a task. Frost runs past him, but Bigham does well and sees it over the boundary line for a throw in at half forward. So it will be a throw in with the Lions in attack. Possibly the last.
They've got to work hard
play,
to try and make something out of this, Jason.
Make something out of this while they've got in their forward line. Umpire calls time on now. So the boundary umpire throws it in. Graham and Tate. Graham gets it down. Tate gets it down again. Franey from the front of the pack goes towards the goal square. They go up. No mark taken off the front of the pack. Cullen got it away somehow, but not very effectively. Now it goes towards the side. Still about 10 metres out. Free kick found for a high tackle. And it will be a free kick. Now there is the siren for half time. And at half time it is Corio 9-7-61. They lead the Belmont Lions 7-6-48. In that quarter, Corio kicked 3 goals 2, while Belmont kicked 4 goals 5. And the goal kickers at half time, 2 each to Nevada Cornwall and Barry O'Toole for the Devils. John Bolchevic, Lee Clifford, and also Davey Bigham. Chad Rivet and Paul Camerotto have singles for the Devils, while for the Belmont Lions, 2 to Matt Graham and singles to Rod Doldham, Troy Farnham, Julian Carr, Glenn Frost and Les Corlett. So it is half time. Corio 9-7-61. They lead the Belmont Lions 7-4-46 by 15 points. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have our Where Are They Now segment this afternoon, Eric.
One of our GDFL Interleague players from the 60s, Don McAdam.
Don McAdam will be our special guest, and then we'll come back with a second half action between the Corio Devils and the Belmont Lions at Shell Reserve. You're listening to Match Day Live on Geelong Radio 100.3 FM, your home of local football.